I had something great going for me. I was working hard during the day, and I was making wonderful memories during my free time. The world was opening up for me. And then it all came crashing down. I struggled to look after myself. My room was so messy that I could barely walk through it. I was freaking out, and it was the same routine over and over again. Something had to give. So, I took a vacation. Originally, it was supposed to be a day trip, but on the bus ride there, I realized very quickly on that I definitely needed to sleep in a different location. So I signed up for the only Airbnb available, which was conveniently located in the middle of nowhere on a farm. On the first night, it was me, a horse, 2 goats, 3 guinea hens, maybe like some of their kids, and this other guy who was staying who was old enough to be my dad. We met each other, and I quickly learned that he was also maybe a little scared that I was going to murder him, but it turns out he was really cool, and he was actually a writer. He shared with me this absolutely beautiful poem. We spoke for hours into the night, and the view, so ridiculously beautiful like you wouldn't know. I woke up the next morning, and he was gone, so now it was just me and the animals. I had to kind of fend for myself. I had to find happiness in this place on my own. I went outside that morning, and one of the first things that I saw was that the guinea hen mother had given birth to even more kids. And I'm talking like this lady was walking around the farm with 20 little baby chicks around, and the fathers were following close behind.
Look, they have babies!
Then I hung out with the goats, and I had a really good time petting them until one of them bit my hand. I had fun with those other animals, but the most important one was the horse. Did you know that when a horse is comfortable around you, they will put their face right in yours and they will breathe on you? But it's actually a sign of closeness and intimacy and trust. You know, horses are really interesting animals. You look in their eyes and you see something. On the 3rd day, I woke up early. I think my body knew that I needed a little bit more time on the farm before I had to go. It was foggy out. I couldn't see much. I could see a little bit of the view, but really not all that much. I saw Rodney in the distance. It was beautiful. It was hazy. I decided to finally set up a fire. And it took a long time. It was not easy, but I felt very accomplished when I did it. I roasted marshmallows and ate them until I felt sick, and I read my book, and it was just this really beautiful moment of solitude. Then it was time to go. It was hard to say goodbye. It was hard to say goodbye to the solitude. It was hard to say goodbye to Rodney. It was really hard to say goodbye to Rodney. I'm talking like my heart was breaking. I had a moment with him. We had a chat. And maybe that makes me sound crazy. I do not care. Is it wholesome or do I sound ditzy?
I like it.
Okay.
I love it a lot.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. I decided that he's going to be okay, and I'm going to be okay too. On the ride back into civilization, I'd realized that the losses that I had endured were the farthest thing from my mind. I wasn't thinking about checking things off of my to-do list. I wasn't thinking about making sure that my clothes, my outfit, my everything looked on point. I wasn't thinking about that. I didn't care. I was simply present. I was living in the moment. Now let's unpack that. Why is it that it was very easy and actually enjoyable for me to treat this little country getaway with love and respect? Why is it that it was so hard to do that in my own living space? Being away helped me realize that many of the habits, the ways that I lived my life, the mindsets that I had were impractical and unsustainable. Getting away helped me see that there was something beyond me. While it's necessary for us to spend time mourning our losses, there comes a time where the best thing we can do for ourselves is to keep moving. Moral of the story: when you're intimidated by your circumstances, take a break, distract yourself, and come back with a clean slate. These days, my life is a movie.
You make me crazy, you make me wild. Just like a baby, spin me round like a child. Your skin so golden brown, be young, be dope, be proud. Like an American, oh, 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 oh. Like an American, oh, 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 oh. Like an American, oh, 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 oh. Like an American.